Hello, and welcome to Vinyl Resting Place Series 3.
Series 3, baby! Series 3. We struggled to get this out.
We did.
It's because we're excited.
We are.
Why are we excited, Barney? Why are we excited?
Because we are going to be doing something brand new this series. We're going to be recording in studio all of our episodes and filming them for the lovely people of the internet.
We're coming over audio visual.
Yeah,
this
maybe.
is start of world domination. We're taking over the world. Series 3.
A little thing called social media.
Yeah,
We have to use it to grow our
God.
listenership.
Oh, it's so bad. Marketing. Imagine that. Imagine if we marketed our first.
I have marketing on my CV as well. It's just a complete lie.
Just don't use it. You know, we're professionals now. I think that's the thing that we need to differentiate ourselves. Before it was just for fun.
Isn't it? We're
Now-
just a couple of boys in lockdown.
Yeah. Now this is the serious business, and
We didn't come to play.
we didn't come to
We didn't
play.
come to play.
We didn't come to
We came
play.
to play some music.
We can't. We're still on Spotify, and we do not have the funds.
We
We do
need to
not.
figure out the
We
legality
do
of
not
podcasting.
have the funds because I cannot get sued by Drake today. I can't. I really can't.
If I was going to get sued by one artist, I wouldn't want it to be Drake as well.
No,
I think
no.
he'd be mean.
He would no. He would take you for everything you
He
own.
would, yeah.
Everything you own.
He would. I wouldn't have a house or a shirt from my back. Drake would wear it out the courtroom.
That's fine. We're gonna slag him off in our on our platform. So
I
it's
definitely
all
am.
good today. The reason why we are going to be slagging off Drake is because we are running through the best albums of 2022.
Yep.
And Drake blessed us with 3 hefty albums this year.
My guy, very busy in the studio.
It is harassment. He should leave us alone at this point in time because we just can't consume it that fast.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Maybe if he'd released one album a decade, I would have enjoyed it.
Maybe. I don't know. When he was releasing them like slower, they were good. He took more care. Like Take Care, his best album.
Nice.
Thank you.
Drake
There's segue number 1 of the season. We're ready. Don't come to play. We can work hard.
Okay, to
Work hard. It's business now.
It is.
We're gonna run you through what the vinyl countdown process looks like. If it's your first time listening to Vinyl Resting Place or Vinyl Countdown episodes, you won't know. If it's your second time, third time, we'll give you a little bit of a refresher.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Thanks for
back.
sticking
Thanks for sticking around.
We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah, because it's
been
been
a
a
while
it's
since
been a
we released some content.
yeah. It's been a little while. Vinyl Countdown works like this. We have 3 albums between us that we rank 1, 2, and 3. And then we have a little bit of a debate, a little bit of an argument, and see where they sit. And then we have a definitive list of the best 6 albums of the year.
We always welcome any feedback you guys have. If you think we missed out some absolutely key bangers, obviously 6 albums cannot be representative of the whole
That's
year.
a lie. Yes, it can be.
Or the whole year.
No, pause. Barney doesn't speak for me. It definitely can be. This is the definitive list of the best albums. I spent a lot of time scrolling. I went through. I didn't know this existed. There is a Wikipedia page of the release date of every album of each year. Ever.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking unreal.
That's incredible.
They have definitely missed out some. Like there's not like a full breakdown of like the garage bands and SoundCloud rappers, but on the whole, every album that's ever been released ever can be found on Wikipedia. You can see the date it's been released.
Big Wikipedia article.
Big Wikipedia article. But I put in time and effort, so this is the definitive list. And if you are disappointed that your artist didn't make the top 6, or maybe we didn't put them as high as you wanted to, you can shout us in comments and let us know. But at the end of the day, you are wrong. Like, I'm sorry. I am sorry.
Bonobo released an album today.
Today?
Not today, sorry, this year.
I was like, yeah. Oh, mate. Oh, he wasn't on my list.
Fickle Friends just dropped one.
Bonobo wasn't on my list. Did he drop it in January?
Yeah, it was January.
Nightmare.
14th, mate.
Oh,
You fucking idiot.
no. It's not on my list. It's not on my list. It's not on my
Okay.
list. I did see, since we're bringing up Bonobo, I did see Bonobo in Amsterdam recently.
Oh, yeah, did you?
Mate, it was so good.
It did look mad.
Oh,
It did look mad. What I saw on social media looked mad.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm having a good time of jumping around these cool clubs at the moment.
Yeah.
Lot of trippy visuals is the way forward. Printworks, Paradiso, Amsterdam. Cool guy.
Wow. I went to the O2 Brixton.
Do you know, I
The
said it.
wildest club.
I said it on radio. Whenever we last did our Voices show,
Mm.
I I got a lot of love for O2 Academy Brixton.
I rate it.
There's been a stream of unreal gigs this year. Like, it's just been consistent.
They do know how to book the good ones.
Yeah, I feel like it is now it's like the pinnacle of the academies.
Yeah.
Like, once you do that, your next stage is to try and go to, like, I don't know, arena tours and things like that. That's the transition, because
it's as big as small gets.
Yeah.
I think the O2 Brixton.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that it's like the pinnacle of going clear. I think if you're still building up your fan base today, if you can sell out O2 Brixton, you're set.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
I went to see Holly Humberstone there.
Oh yeah, recently.
Yeah, it was on like Tuesday.
Yeah. I saw that actually.
She's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, she is.
And yeah,
she's
like,
very
the
talented.
thing was packed.
Yeah,
Rammed to the gills.
rammed. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who did I see there recently? Koji. Oh, Koji.
You saw Koji at
O2
O2
Academy.
Brixton?
Yeah.
What's he doing there?
Oh mate, killing it. Killing it.
Just feel like he could afford a slightly bigger stadium. Maybe just more.
I don't think he's there yet. Like,
really?
I think
That shocks me. I assumed he would be not O2, but on the way to the bigger ones.
I think he is. This album, not to put any spoilers, but it might be coming up again later. This album, I think, is the last time he'll do that sort of stuff. I think it was the transition from him being like an alternative kind of, I don't know, artistic rapper, not really sure what his niche is, to being a mainstream, like, everybody just loves him artist. And he toured a lot. Like, he did a lot of festivals, and I think he's raised his stock. Done O2 Brixton, sold it out for a couple of nights, or a night, I think, and sky's the limit.
Fair.
Sky's the limit. Yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting time for Coach. But without further ado, I think we should get on to the best albums of 2022. Do you have any special recommendations? Things that you would have put on your list if we were doing like a top 10, top 5?
So I've had a very last minute change of heart about one of mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which actually, because I remembered something that came out and it was better than the other thing.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So I am going to give a shout out to Harry's House. Harry Styles' third album.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
You're dropping Harry's House?
I'm dropping Harry's House.
That's crazy.
You didn't even mention Harry's House.
Yeah, because I'm not a Harry Styles fan.
Yeah, that's fair. I looked.
You're
like
dropping
to Harry Styles.
I'm not a Harry Styles fan, but Harry's House was a really good album.
It was a great album.
It was a really good album.
It was a really, really good album, I think. It was very exciting. It was fresh. It maintained his kind of, he reinvented himself with his second album. And he's just built from strength to strength from there. Music for a Sushi Restaurant.
It's great.
As It Was.
As It Was is a beat.
For a few months.
It's just a fucking tune, isn't it?
I really like the guy. I think he's a great performer. I love what he does with it, but personally, I don't think he's pushing the envelope of music.
No.
That far.
No, agreed.
Which I think is a high bar to call for, especially looking at the other albums I have picked. How many of them are actually like pushing what music can be? Not really.
Yeah, not gonna lie. I don't know what you swapped in, but the one that is on your list that should have gone doesn't push music at all. It might even be a regression.
Yeah, but it has bops. But it's fire.
Yeah, cool.
This is like when you refuse to acknowledge that Mika Life in Country Motion was one of the best albums of all time.
This,
I love that album.
She can't do it.
Non-stop, no skips.
No skips. I'm kind of shocked. Any other?
Donda 2. Kanye released that this year.
Donda 2. Fucking
what I thought I needed from Donda was more Donda. And he supplied that with Donda 2. So, shout out. Yeah.
He's cancelled himself, hasn't he?
Oh, absolutely insane. I want to get too political in this podcast, but I mean, like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, gone from one of the most interesting and intelligent artists of all time to, like, just a
dick.
Just a massive, very dangerous joke.
Yeah, well, I think the word you used is perfect. Insanity. Yeah. Like, he's lost his head.
Absolutely off the rails.
Yeah. And they just need to take all forms of communication away from him at all times. Like, it is just, it's not working. It's not working. But like you said, we're not going to get too political.
What about you? Do you have any shout outs at all? Anything you think could have made the cut?
Yeah, I do actually. I have one that is like very me. One that's very me. Yep. One that's not me at all, but I thought was just unreal album. The one that's not me is Wet Leg by Wet Leg.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up
Bro.
because I love Wet Leg.
Bro, it's Shay's long.
Such a hard thing.
I can't. Yeah, it's such a tune, and I like. It's very much not the type of music that I listen to on a regular basis. It's not something that I would necessarily like resonate with, but I just can't. I couldn't stop listening to it.
Yeah,
like on repeat over and over and over again. Great album. Just missed the cut because I like. It was a good year. It was a good year of albums. To be fair, it was a good year.
Yeah, definitely.
But another one that didn't make my cut was Ezra Collective's new album. Actually, I have another one. Before I get onto Ezra Collective, I have another one that deserves a shout out because it is. No one's speaking about it, and it's so good. Chase and Status released an album called What Came Before, right?
I didn't even know that happened.
Mate, oh my Christ. It is so good. And it's not like Chase and Status of old, like hype is hype and like really heavy. It's kind of taken elements of, I don't know, like Liquid D&B and just like all the different influences that they've had in their like careers and merged it into just one beautiful album. They've got this song with this guy called Ethan Holt called Hold Your Ground. You'd love it. Oh, yeah. Big, like heavy vocals. He sings like Rufus Wainwright, but it's over a Liquid D&B beat. And it's
You're saying a lot of magic words,
mate. It's honestly, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I think pretty sure he used to work in like a takeaway restaurant up until like last year.
Really?
And then they just like found him singing somewhere, and they were like, yeah, let's make a song with him. Brought him on tour, like all around. Just unbelievable. But I don't think a Chase and Status could ever be like top tier. And the one Ezra Collective album, just for reference point, is I'm Meant to Be, which is a great album. If you like jazzy African vibes, you'll love Ezra Collective. Going to see them at O2 Brixton, actually.
Oh,
yeah, in March. Yeah, our favourite venue. Like, I am a bit obsessed, but yeah, unreal album. I don't think I have any more. Oh, actually, I do have one more. Fred Again, Actual Life 3. It's a very good album. Very good album. He's also playing at O2 Brixton. I didn't get a ticket because I am a dick. It's the worst. It's like ticketing, right? I'm going to get this off my chest. I'm looking straight down the camera. We need to sort it out. It is impossible to get tickets for everything now. It's so hard, and it shouldn't be this like painstaking lottery. There is a way that we can do it where people can feel like they can see their favorite acts without like having to go to StubHub and pay over the odds, or wake up at like 9 a.m. and wait in a queue for an hour and a half for Glastonbury tickets just to not be told that you're going to get the tickets at all, and just see the thing refresh.
There has to be another way.
There has to be another way.
I tried to see Tenacious D.
No way.
They're playing, I think it's June in the O2.
Sick.
And I found it on the internet. It was like, tickets from 30 quid for standing. I was like, brilliant. I'm going. Go on the thing. Ticketmaster. Big red flag already.
Big red flag.
Not only are there no tickets for £30 left, their only tickets are like up in the gods, and they're being resold for like £200+ pounds.
It's disgusting. It's like, what? It's disgusting. Like, it's just...
this gig is months away.
Yeah, it's
and it's in the O2. How is there nothing left?
It's a joke.
It's mad.
It is a joke. But rant over.
Yeah.
I got a little bit.
I got a little bit upset and angry.
Yeah, right. It's just the Glastonbury thing did hit me.
It was upsetting.
It was upsetting.
I got really close.
Yeah.
And my payment details got declined.
Oof, that's painful.
Which is beef.
But we couldn't have done this podcast if you were going Glastonbury and I wasn't.
Would you have broken up with me?
Yeah, 100%.
Podcast breakup.
Immediately.
That's fair enough. It would be
immediately. I couldn't bear it. The FOMO would eat me up inside. It would kill me.
I'm also going to give one shout out to Hosey, who promised us a third album this year.
Yes.
Little peek behind the curtain. We're recording this on the 4th of December.
Okay.
Whenever this does release, it's the best album of the year.
Oh, really?
It hasn't come out yet, but I'm pretty confident
wow.
about it. You know how much I love Hosey.
Wow.
I've got to stand by my boy.
I hear it.
Trust in the process.
Yeah. You got to believe. You got to believe. Because one of my albums that is in my top 3, I said on live radio that it was going to be the best album of 2022, and it's up there.
Yeah.
It might be number 1, but you've got to trust your boys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, take us back to the beginning of the depot. We've got a few albums here to talk about.
Okay.
What is your number 3 pick?
My number 3 pick is a little bit of a rogue one because it's not an album, but it is my current obsession. Like, it is something that I can't stop listening to. And I did it on our last Voices radio show. I shouted out this artist like 100 times. I just think he's incredible. It's a guy called Sipho, Sipho. He's from Birmingham. He's like a singer, multi-instrumentalist, producer, does a lot of different bits in his music. And he released an EP called She Might Bleed middle of this year. It's mesmerizing, man.
Yeah.
It is so raw and visceral and like genreless, and he can just take influence from everything, and it's beautiful. 6 songs of damn near perfection.
Yeah.
Damn near perfection. Like, I love it. I love it. And he's teasing an album. Like, he released Arms, the song that we played. He released that as a single, and I'm sure it's the single to an album. It must be. Which should,
a single separate to the EP.
Separate, yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
the single Arms just came out maybe a couple months back, maybe.
Oh.
But I'm sure 2023 is going to bring an album, and I just know it's going to be unreal because the talent there is crazy, and he's really only just started like pursuing this like stardom element of it. Like, I feel like he is on his way to being a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I respect that. It was, someone Dapo kind of brought into one of our live shows that I'd never heard of before. Dapo knows everything about any artist. He's like, this guy has released an EP in rural Cameroon. It's just an MP3 file that I might not play anywhere, but you'll know about it. And yeah, you often introduce me to wonderful artists, and this is definitely one of them. She Might Bleed is a beautiful EP.
Beautiful.
And I can't wait to see where they go next because, well, it's a stunner, isn't it? Arms especially. I know being a single unrelated, but it is gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
It's hard to kind of put it into words. Like, I talked quite about Michael Kiwanuka when we had it on, but there's also, it reminds me of Paolo Nutini quite a bit in it.
Oh, yeah, I hear that. There's a lot of what's the song? Iron Sky.
Yeah,
it's
Big Iron Sky.
Yeah, that's a great take.
Thank you.
If you like that sort of murkier Paolo Nutini, you'll like.
Yeah, not Pencil of Lead.
Yeah. Then that is, this is up your street.
Yeah,
this is up your street because it's an emotional one. It takes you on a bit of a journey. I love it. I love it so much. Barney, number 3. Where are we going?
Number 3 for me, we're going to somewhere that you don't want to go.
No, I don't. I don't think it should be on here. I don't think it should be on here at all.
You would campaign that Harry's House should be in this spot.
Yeah.
And Beyonce's Renaissance should be down there.
Gross.
But it's a 3rd place album for me.
It's crazy.
I think we discussed about how Break My Soul kind of took over everything for a while.
Yeah.
Great song.
A bit of continuity. Our last episode of Series 2 was ranking Beyonce's best albums.
Yes.
And it was after she released Break My Soul, and we were like, shit.
Here we go.
Beyonce albums come in, like, this could take the top spot eventually. If every song is like Break My Soul, and then she released the album, and what? This happened. It's just...
It surprises me that you say that. I agree that Break My Soul is definitely like the standout, but we also have Cuff It, Alien Superstar.
Get off TikTok, man.
I'm not.
Get off TikTok, man.
We got Virgo's Groove as well.
Oh, stop it, man.
There are some bops on that, and I agree. They're not as genre defying and exciting and full of potential as other songs she's done or other songs other artists have done. But I think the kind of world domination that this album achieved does need to be respected.
I hear you. I don't want to be disrespectful. It's just shit. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I just think there is so much that she has done, and I wasn't sure that this was I wasn't sure that this was the next step.
Yeah.
It didn't feel right to me.
It's very much a play on the disco renaissance, literally, that's coming around at the moment.
Yeah,
We've got like Carlray Jepsen,
Yeah,
Meghan Trainor, everyone is getting in on it.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
It's surprising to see her slip into that, but I think she has, in my eyes, done it probably the best, apart from Anderson .Paak, Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Silk Sonic, obviously.
Fairs.
Did it better, but I think this year, reading the vibe and coming out with something that's very fun, I think Beyonce has taken the fun crown.
Yeah, you do love a fun pick.
I do love fun.
You do love a fun pick.
I listen to music that cheers me up a lot more than music that gets me down.
Yeah.
And this got me up.
I hear that. I do hear that. And like, this is one of the things where I become a bit of a hypocrite, because if this comes on and I'm out, I'm probably going to have a little bit of a boogie. Like, it's just a fact.
Yeah.
I just don't think it just didn't hit me. Break My Soul, I just felt slapped. Like it. I listened to it and I was like, yes.
It's so hard.
And I don't think I got that for another song, really.
Really fair.
I didn't.
Okay.
I did. And not that I necessarily think they're bad songs. I just didn't. I wasn't moved by them at all. I was just like, oh yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, no, but I think,
right.
wow, this is making me reconsider how I think about a topic. But like, I don't know. I would even. Another hot take is that I prefer Alien Superstar to Break My Soul.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's the more fun song.
Oh.
For me. Oh.
I just, but you like just you put Lemonade as your top Beyonce album.
Yes, I did.
And this is just not that.
Well, I'm doing it. It's very much a different reason for picking it. I think Lemonade is excellent because it pushes the boundaries of what music can be. Blah blah blah. It reformed Beyonce. It made that was much more of a renaissance for her than the album Renaissance is.
Yeah, cool.
This is just disco album.
Fairs.
But I love it for a very different reason. In that it's probably now, if I was like, oh, listen to Beyonce, I would put on this.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask me what the best album is, it's still Lemonade in my opinion.
Cool. Facts. Where does this sit in your Beyonce albums, just out of interest?
It's either 2 or 3, to be fair.
Fuck! That's not what I was expecting. That's crazy.
What did you think?
I would say, I don't want to misquote myself, but I would put it outside of my top 3 for sure.
Okay.
I put it outside of my top 3. I still think it's above. It's definitely above B-Day. Definitely above B-Day.
No one likes B-Day.
I think it sits somewhere in the 5 to 4 region.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we can agree to disagree. It's a long episode. There's more to come.
We can't beat too much about it. In the spirit of that, what is your number 2 pick?
My number 2 pick is Love Damini by Burna Boy.
Okay.
Yeah. This album came out at the perfect time. Came out like first week of July. So deep summer and vibes. Yeah. It is the perfect like summer's day Afrobeats album. It's a bit long. That's the only thing I would say. It is a bit long, and there are maybe a few songs that like don't live up to the heights of where the album takes you, but slaps. Like, this is my fun pick, I think. This is where like it's not necessarily like that moving or important, or it's not necessarily something like I would say
genre.
No, it's an Afrobeats album, like, and there's maybe like twinges of hip hop, like he's got a J Hus feature, that sort of stuff. But and then, to be fair, it does have that sort of I don't know, collaborative genre bending feel. Like it's got a tune with Ed Sheeran, tune with Khalid,
nice.
Popcorn's on it, like so he moves into different spaces.
Okay then.
But just beats left, right, and center. Like my like you can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere and not hear Last. Last is one of. It's just sound of my summer. Like when that single came out, I remember it was my mate's 25th, and it was just after it had come out, and DJ played it on at like maybe 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the night. To be fair, he had his birthday on a Sunday, which was bold, but anyway, is what it is.
Insane decision.
But people were ready to go home, and it was like, oh, we need to pack it up. Just hear the first like like few notes, everyone's sprinting back to like, like big circle form, and everyone's just getting it. Like it is feel good music to the highest extent, and like obviously there is an element of you need to have a affinity for Afrobeats, African influenced music, but top tier, and this is, I think, his kind of crowning moment of, yes, I'm Burna Boy, this is the music that I make, and I am like a global superstar. Like African Giant, his like fourth album was where he really like came out, and that was very African heavy. Like it felt like a bit more of like a traditional like high life album, or there were way more of those influences in there. Then he released Twice as Tall, which was Grammy nominated, which I don't think is anywhere near as good as African Giant.
Really?
No. Twice as Tall is a good album, but that was maybe he went too far to like towards the commercial.
Right, so kind of lost the
it was yeah, it was almost like US hip hop in a way.
Right. Bad then.
This is that's a hot take. I'm not even gonna dignify that.
I just like to be controversial. Just get under your skin.
What? And this is like the perfect middle ground, I think. I think if you didn't know Burna Boy before, this is how you introduce yourself to him. And
that's good, because I am a outsider to Burna Boy. He's someone who I've heard the name of, and I imagine if I put on like this is Burna Boy on Spotify, I would recognise several of the songs. But yeah, no one I've properly paid attention to, and this has been a ringing endorsement that I will be taking into account. Like, I have a lot of friends who have said, I was talking to my mate Liberty recently, and we were talking about like, classic dream dinner party conversation. Yeah. And the only person she was definite on was Burna Boy.
Oh really? Yeah, I can see that. To be fair, he'd be a great.
What would he bring? What dish would Burna Boy bring to the dinner party?
Jollof rice and plantain. Delicious. It would be. I'm sure he would. And he's a very interesting character. Like he has a lot of stories from his past. Like I'm pretty sure he went to jail in the UK, and he's had like a lot of ups and downs before he kind of found his path. And he is a character. He's definitely a character. So I back it. Liberty, you're spot on, mate. Damn. Spot on. Yeah. Number 2, Barney. Where are you at?
Number 2, I'm going another classic Barney sound.
Go on.
Palomino by First Aid Kit. I'm a big First Aid Kit fan. If you don't know First Aid Kit, they are 2 very talented ladies, very talented British singers. And they do like folky indie pop. I don't think they quite make it into the rock category. There's definitely a lot of elements of it. There's guitar, there's bass, there's kind of things like they do pull out some of the stops, but it's very warm.
I thought you were going to say it's very white.
To be fair, it's incredibly fucking white.
It's very white.
God, is this album white? Well, I've got to stick with them. We and the white people. We go back a long way.
We go back all the way.
But I'm kind of going to immediately undermine my choice by saying I don't think it does anything incredible in terms of music as a whole, but it is like the pinnacle of First Aid Kit in my mind. This is like some of the best stuff they've ever done. It is so smooth, but it is the harmonies they reach as a pair are gorgeous. We're talking like Haim levels of synchronization here, and the tune and the vibe is all just, it's so warm. It is so autumnal, which
so autumnal.
So autumnal. I'm walking around on my scarf listening to First Aid Kit.
The leaves are falling.
I'm having a great time. I just absolutely rate them. This is maybe more of a passion pick for me. Like they could have released this in any year, and I probably would have said this is a great album, one of the albums of the year. I love them that much.
This is a Barney pick.
Yes.
All over. And to be fair, like it's not bad. I was saying before we started recording, like I don't think that they're bad. I just don't get them. I don't know how to describe it anyway better than that. Like,
I think it's something I appreciate. I think you can listen to them and say this is good, but this isn't something I would ever care about.
Yeah, I think that is the thing. It is a good album. I would probably say it's the best of them that I've listened to. Yes. Not that I've given them a good like deep dive, but it's probably the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Most palatable for me.
Yeah. I think it's a great entry point to them, but without losing the sense of who they are. They're still doing their own kind of thing, but not in an aggressive way.
No, agreed. I won't hate on the pick. I think it has a lot more right as an album to be there than Renaissance.
Fair. You really don't like Renaissance?
I can't stress it enough. I just think it's so mid. Like that is and what makes it annoying to me more is how much people love it. People love Renaissance.
I hate being like a normie, but I really am in this kind of thing. I think I'm trying to be smart and be like, oh, but that's the point. It's like so many people gain so much joy from the album, but like the fact is, I just enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I'm not being intelligent. I just thought it was fun.
You can't argue with it. You can't argue with how something makes you feel. Like it just didn't make me feel good.
Yeah, made me feel angry.
Yeah, it really enraged me. I'm gonna get so I've set myself up for disaster with shooting down Beyonce in the first episode of the series.
When she comes on, she's gonna be so disappointed. She's gonna be
hey, honestly, I would still like bow down to her, but she would have to hear it from me.
You would tell her Beyonce comes in here to her, and you would to her face, you're gonna say, didn't think Renaissance was that
good. 100%. Because she doesn't care what I think. And someone needs to tell her. Because clearly no one is.
She's never a clue.
She doesn't have a clue. She's sitting pretty. She thinks it's unreal. I would tell her for sure. I think so. Jay-Z probably agrees with me.
Jay-Z's on your side.
Facts. Jay-Z hasn't liked any of her music since Lemonade.
Jay-Z hasn't made music since before Lemonade.
Because he's just too busy being a baller.
Too busy being a dumbass.
Too busy being a dumbass. Is that what you're going to say to Jay-Z when he comes in?
Failed to manage Kanye.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything in ages. And he cheated on Beyonce.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's his 3 strikes as far as I'm concerned.
He's out.
He lets Kanye go.
Get him out. So there we go. Renaissance is bad. Jay-Z's cancelled. Oh, God.
And Palomino was the second best album that was released this year.
Yeah, we're not... We'll discuss that.
We will.
We'll discuss that. What's your
I just did my number 2. It's your turn.
It's your number 1.
You want to do my number 1 first?
Do your number 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
My number 1 is an album which I nearly forgot about somehow.
Yeah, this is
mental.
I don't know what this is. I'm excited. Well, no, because you haven't told me.
Oh, right. I thought you read my list.
Oh, no. I have bad eyesight.
Okay. My number 1 pick is Rina Sawayama's Hold the Girl.
Oh, yes. Barney.
Belter of an album. I'm a fucking day one Sawayama adopter.
Yeah.
Her first album, Sawayama, I think is one of the most intelligent modern albums of like the current period. Talk about genre bending, but still being a bop. It's like heavy rock, a bit emo, a bit screamy. She does go more pop with Hold the Girl. Songs like Frankenstein are very evidently like this is a pop song.
It's a beat though, to be fair.
But that's the thing, it is a beat, and she's still making points about like the political state, about the social sphere. She's incredibly smart. She's so well spoken, and like it's just songs that get you up and going. It's like there was an album we talked about once, and there was one song on it that you said it makes you feel like you want to run through a wall.
Yes.
I don't remember what album that was.
It's 12 Questions.
12 Questions, yeah. Future Utopia. Great album.
Great album.
But yeah, like this is just such a bit of me.
Yeah.
I love the artist as a person. I love the music they're putting out. I love the work they're doing. I'm going to get the track list up and just rattle through a few of them because, oh my days.
It's just fucking beats. I'm looking at it now. Minor Feelings. That's a great intro to an album as well.
Fantastic.
Great intro.
To have that kind of softness and then be like, fuck you. We're going hardball.
Yeah.
Hold the Girl, titular.
Great song.
Forgiveness. Hurricanes. Even like the later ones in the album, Send My Love to John. I think is a brilliant song.
It's not one of my favorites, but I can see why you would like it.
But I think it's like, it's like the perfectly balanced roast dinner where you've got like you need the peas and the carrots to make the chicken pop.
It's a balanced diet.
Exactly.
It's a balanced diet.
She's looked at the food pyramid and she said, I'm doing that.
That is a great analogy. Where have you pulled that from? That was really
out my ass, mate.
Yeah, that's really clever.
I'll do the words.
Spot on as well. You do the words.
Thank you.
You do the words.
I do be doing the words.
I just think she embodies a lot of what I think makes British music unreal. Like, I know she's Japanese heritage.
Yeah,
but
what makes British music unreal is that it's from somewhere else.
Yeah. Do you know what? That is spot on.
Yeah.
Like, it's that amalgamation of cultures and influences that I don't know why. Like, I'd say it all the time. I'm such a big Anglophile, but it's never because music is inherently British.
Yeah.
It's like we take what everywhere else has taught us and bring that into our music, and she does it so well. Big time. Like, I think, like, you would have kicked yourself if you didn't put this album.
Yeah, I can't believe that I didn't think about this earlier.
Yeah.
Because it's one of my most listened to albums of the year.
Yeah.
I would honestly struggle to fault it. Even the album artwork, which as a long-term fans of the podcast will know is a big thing for me. Beautiful album. It's funny. It's different. She's being spooky and weird.
Yeah.
What is it? Why is she coming out of a bowling ball?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. Is it? I mean, it's pretty plain. I don't know. I get I get there's like I know. I'm just saying. You just stand your ground. Like, you say you want like stuff going on. There's not much going on in it.
Look at her. Where are her legs?
Yeah, true. And look at that's what I was gonna say.
It's not even like my biggest bugbear is a close-up picture of an artist's face.
Yeah.
It's like, granted, it's just a picture of the artist, but she's dressed like a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
In some weird ass red room. It's like Twin Peaks. I think it's great.
Okay. I agree with you. I think I like the reasoning behind you picking it as number one, like what the artist represents as a whole, not just the fact that it's good music and is poignant, but she as a person is someone that resonates with you, that you have like a affinity to, and that draws out the music to you even more. And that is definitely the reason why my number one album is my number one album.
Ooh, let us into the little secret. What'll it be?
If anybody knows me, I am absolute beg for Koji Radical. It's just facts.
You would kiss that man on the
I do just think he's insane. He is my favorite artist, bar none now.
Really?
Bar none.
Has he gone to that spot?
Yeah, it used to be like I have a lot of like appreciation for Chance the Rapper. That was like younger me. I've got a lot of like Mac Miller was obviously someone who left a mark, and obviously his passing was a big thing. But Koji Radical can do no wrong in my eyes.
Really?
Can do no wrong. He doesn't miss.
This
is what he does.
It is defense. Okay. In your and Koji's defense, I could not name a bad Koji song.
Yeah, and he's just such a good guy. Like he just comes across so well, and I can't wait until this podcast blows and we can get him in. I met him in Leeds, and he was just such a fucking sound guy. Just chatting to me about Croydon and Crepes and Cones. I was like, he's just a normal person.
I love that.
Like, I've got a lot of time for him. And he released his album. This is his debut album, technically. So he's never actually.
What about
No, it wasn't an album.
Was that an EP?
It wasn't an EP. I think he called it a tape, but he makes a very like clear distinction that he's never released an album before, even though he has like he has like 3 projects which are album length.
I would easily define as an album.
I don't know what the definitions are, but I stand by my boy. This is his debut album.
Okay.
And it's unreal. It's called Reason to Smile, and it is the perfect mix of kind of upbeat, dancey, hype tunes, with kind of like jazzy influences, and then a bit more kind of, all right, let me just spit over a beat, kind of, I'm talking to you right now, poignant, conscious rap, for want of a better word. He does a little bit of vocals on there as well, which is really nice, like expanding the range of what he does as an artist. So many great features, like Ego LMA, who else features on it? Cash. So really touching story. So, right, I spent a lot of time watching Koji Radical this year. So I saw him Brixton Academy
Of course.
again.
The only venue.
And I saw him 3 times at festivals this year as well.
Wow.
And at every single one of his gigs, Cash came out to do Born, which was one of their I think it was one of the singles for the album, but it was such a like heartwarming moment as he got like towards the end of the year. Like he did the Brixton show, which was his last show in the UK, and he was like, for no reason other than to support the music and be out here with me, Cash has come with me all over the country, all over the world, just to perform this song. Like that sort of bond as artists, like they weren't necessarily like close before that, but I found so heartwarming. Like that's why people should collaborate, because you put something together that you want to be performing on a regular basis, something that you feel so passionately about. Yeah, man, it was touching. It was touching. He's got a Nux feature that slapped. They performed it for the first time at Brixton together ever. It was sick.
Masay goes in here too.
Oh, I forgot about Silk. Oh,
my boy.
Oh, jeez. It's a great Khalees. There's a Khalees feature. Come on. What more can I say? Like, he is in his bag right now. He's in his bag, and it's great to see. Great to see. Best album of the year.
That's very fair. I listened to this when it came out, but I didn't. It's one of those things where you listen to something and you think that's great, and then you just forget to put it on again.
Yeah.
Koji is someone who I've adopted maybe in the last year and a half, 2 years. Like, I'm quite new to him. I bummed Cashmere Tears, but like
great.
late I bumped Cashmere Tears. Does he reach the kind of vocal heights of Last Night on this, would you say?
No.
Fair.
No, I don't think. Maybe in Anywhere.
Okay.
Maybe I would say that's and Solo is pretty melodic and singy, but on the whole, no. I think there is still more of the element of being like, look, yes, I am a bit of a bars man.
Yeah, he flows the bars, but then he'll just say something that's like, this is something that's terribly wrong with our society.
Yeah.
But not in like that. That was a kind of demeaning way to put it. Like it's so wonderfully woven in and ingrained. Like it makes sense.
Yeah,
he makes points in a very like articulate, very creative way.
Yeah. There's one of his songs is called Pusher Man /BWI. BWI means black man with intelligence. And one of the repeating bar is there's nothing more dangerous than a black man with intelligence, especially with some relevance. And I feel like it's very, very fitting for him. Like that is like the way he uses his platform to like highlight various different failings within the system that he sees. It's like, for the powers that be, very dangerous, but in terms of like a wider thing, very fucking enlightening and inspirational. Like I've got a lot of time for him. Also, before I'm selling this album right now.
Yeah, please sell away.
Mercury nominated
Ooh.
Koji Radical. He lost, and the only reason he lost, in my eyes, is that the winner released one of the best albums of the past 5 years, and it was Sometimes I Might Be Introvert.
Oh, fair.
But then that didn't come out this year, hence why it's not in that.
Yeah, I think that might have crowned it.
We didn't put it in last year, which is criminal.
Why didn't we do that?
I think we did it for...
We did it as an
episode
with Hannah Lockie,
yeah. We want to keep things fresh for you lot. But
yeah,
it definitely... Yeah. Did you know... Did you know... This blew my mind. This is such a tangent. That Sometimes I Might Be Introvert is her name. In the letters, I can't remember what the word is for when you...
an anagram?
No, not an anagram. Like when you take the initials of it. So
abbreviation?
You take the first letter. So like SIMB SBI is her name, Simbi.
Oh.
Sometimes I might be introvert. Blew my fucking mind.
Mental,
mate. She's a genius. She's a genius.
It's better than all the music.
Yeah. That's why she won the Mercury. That's it. That's the only reason why. But Mercury nominated album, like, this is his coming out party as a bona fide star.
That's so fair. I think before we move on to a wrap up, and speaking of Black Man with Intelligence, special relevance, there's two elephants in the room that we haven't mentioned at all.
There are Drake.
Yeah, it's two of them. They're both Drake.
They're both Drake.
They're Drake and they're Donda.
Drake and 21 Savage.
Of course, about Stormzy and Kendrick.
Yeah.
Who I mean, Stormzy, we both have a lot of respect for, but Kendrick in the past has been very near your top.
Yeah.
In terms of best artist of all time. So why did this one not hit for you?
It did hit. Honestly, it really did. Like, I really like Mr. Morale, and I think there is a Kendrick episode coming up.
Yes.
And I might have some spicy takes on Mr. Morale and Kendrick as a artist, but I just didn't think it was like musically as good as the others. Like, in terms of what I've put in, I kind of took into account, okay, what do I like? What does the album mean to me? How is it done in the wider space, in the wider world? And then when I got to like 5 or 6 albums, it was like, okay, what sounds the best? Like, what do I listen to on a regular basis? And I do listen to Mr. Morale a lot. I think We Go Together.
Yeah.
The one where he's like, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. Yeah, that. Yeah.
Love that line.
Sorry, I made him uncomfortable. But that, I think that's one of the best pieces of storytelling he's ever done. Like, it's really, really well put together.
What's the one on Good Kid, Mad City that?
Art of Peer Pressure.
Art of Peer Pressure.
I think it's on that level.
Rivals it,
Yeah. I just feel like I don't. Oh, to be fair, We Cry Together, not We Go Together. Okay. Father Time is a fucking beat. The one with Sampha. But probably apart from those, and maybe Rich Spirit and the Purple Heart song.
Okay.
I don't listen to it on repeat, whereas I look at Sipo, Koji, and Burna Boy. I don't think a day goes past that I won't listen to one of those 3 projects in the past since they've been released.
That's impressive. Yeah. I mean, that's dedication to the
yeah.
Other one we haven't talked about, Stormzy.
Thoughts on it? What was your thoughts? Because this is fresh. Stormzy. Like, this is what, it's a week or 2 since it's been released.
Very, very recent album, and it's kind of. It's still settling for me. I think I'm in a positive way.
Yeah.
I think this is what I mean. We should have the name of the album. This is what I mean. Is very good, and I think that Stormzy, as an artist, already has like the most insane level of cultural cachet. Like, he is one of, if not Britain's biggest artists.
Yeah, definitely one of. I would argue you got to take your Adele's and Ed Sheeran's into account. I think he's tier 2 of their tier 1.
I would disagree. I think he is replacing them in terms of, like, people are like, Adele's doing a new album. You're like, okay, Adele's doing a new album.
Nah, that's crazy.
Stormzy's doing it. Stormzy's bringing it, because
that's an echo. Ed
Sheeran and Adele.
You're in an echo chamber, bro. Honestly, that's crazy. Do you know how many fucking 30+-year-olds killed themselves over it? Not literally.
They did what?
Like, but Adele's album was like a cultural event in the world.
It was. Maybe I'm phrasing myself wrong. It's more about, I think Stormzy often uses his platform to articulate things and say things that are insightful. Interesting and maybe different and brave to say. Whereas Adele's going to sing about Adele stuff.
I don't know. Adele's 30 was pretty brave.
This is what I'm coming. I'm sounding like I'm beefing.
You
Adele.
are beefing Adele, and I'm not standing for it.
I love Adele.
30 was a good album.
And 30 was a very good album. I agree, but I think my point that I was eventually wrapping around is that
I got a bit aggressive.
That's okay. Stormzy has done 2 albums that were very Stormzy, and this is what I mean has been very different to that. You said, I think maybe pre-recorded that it's probably upset quite a few Stormzy fans.
I think it has. I think it's not what people would have expected.
No,
especially like a lot of the promo. And he dropped that 20-minute long song. Mel Made Me Do It.
Yeah,
and that was very much like showing off classic Stormzy. Like he was rapping over different beats. He was putting in wordplay. It was all very clever and like top tier Stormzy.
Yeah.
And there is so little rap on this album.
Yeah. It's not a rap.
It's not.
Occasionally he has a feature from himself.
Yeah. Like, I think you put it very well. It's similar to like when Childish Gambino came out with Awaken My Love.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, where's the rap?
Yeah.
But in essence, it is a really good album. Like, and once you get over the fact that, okay, they're not doing what you expected them to do or what you wanted from the artist, and just take it as a piece of music as it is, both This Is What I Mean and Awaken My Love are pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
The question is it better than what Stormzy is kind of known for?
I think, like, he did obviously started out as a rapper.
Yeah.
In that scene, and I think he is better at that than he is at singing.
Yeah.
That's not a
I can sing better than Stormzy.
You can sing better than Stormzy.
That is one thing that always rings through my brain. It's just like, he's not a singer, but he's so musical that he wants to be a singer.
Yes. And I appreciate that, because I think he understands what it takes.
Yeah.
And he understands how the beats and melodies work.
Yeah, and he understands his limitations as well. Like, he's not trying to be, I don't know, fucking Ariana Grande.
No.
Like, he's not trying to push out riffs and belt things. He just wants to sing like within his range, put nice little melodies together and kind of vibe with it. And to be fair, I've saved a lot of the songs on this album. Like, I do, it's great headphone music.
Yeah,
it's very listenable. But I think I'm still like you. I'm still digesting.
I'm still mulling it over.
Yeah, it was if this had come out maybe 6 months ago, I could have had a more concrete opinion as to whether it would be like a top 3, top 5 album for me.
Yeah, but I do think that's fair,
because it's just not a standout. Boom! Oh, this is unreal. It needs to be listened to a bit more. It needs a bit more time. It needs to be aerated, you know.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I think he's done well. He and to switch it up as he's did, like, it's a difficult thing to do, and I think he's. I guess he in. What was the Gang Signs and Prayers?
Yeah.
He had his kind of lower, softer, singy moments, like the Velvet, like,
yeah,
things like that, where he did try this, but then he still had Audacity and all those other songs where he was
pushing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think I always think it's interesting when you have an artist that big who suddenly says, "I'm going to do something different now," and whether you follow them and whether it was a good idea or not.
True, and that time will tell. But I think he is so big that it couldn't be a bad idea. Like, he could release Renaissance and people still listen to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hence Beyonce. Like, I know I keep flogging the dead horse, but he's definitely in that, like, stratosphere where he can make the pivot. And if what he loses in fan base who really want real rap or whatever, he will gain in people who be like, oh wow, I didn't realize Stormzy could do this. I didn't realize Stormzy had this, like, musicality to him, and then it all just evens out, and he's still a superstar, and he just goes to bed on piles and piles of money.
He does do that.
He does. Yeah, we've got it on good authority.
Fact. I kind of just want to bring up those 2 albums, because I think they're maybe 2 of the big ones that people will say,
What about this? Yeah.
Are there any other albums that you think were big this year that haven't made the list, even if they're not ones that you would have even considered as the top 3? Are there performances that you think merit this discussion?
I have a.
It's very much an on-the-spot question. I accept. I think it's. We need to appeal to the masses.
I have a shout out. I wouldn't say I'm appealing to the masses.
Okay.
I like. Joey Badass released 2000 this year, which was like a continuation of his debut album, which was 1999, which is one of the most like intelligent. He was 16 when he brought it out, and it was such a good introduction. Like, it was fun, backpack rap ish, but he had the bars there. He had everything going for him. I just feel like 2000, it was really good, and I do enjoy a lot of the songs, but it just felt like it let me down a little bit. Like, when you market something as the continuation of something else, I have to compare it to the original, like, and it's just nowhere near as good. It's a similar sort of vibe. It's a similar sort of process, but he's coming at it from a different point of view. I used to say this all the time about Jay-Z when he was releasing shit like Magna Carta, Holy Grail, that album. It wasn't like he was bad at rapping. It wasn't like he was making bad songs, but the point of view that he's coming at the music from is so different. Like, he is now not struggling and having to like choose whether he's gonna actually pursue this music life or if there's other paths that he can go down. He's a multi-millionaire, like, business mogul, and all his music is gonna be about how amazing his life is. And that's the sort of vibe. Like, Joey was a 16-year-old like rap prodigy who was going his way, like putting his tapes in Rockefeller Records and leaving them there and waiting outside for them to pick up the phone, all that sort of thing. But now he's a superstar. He's in Power Book 3. He was in Mr. Robot for a series on like, he's bigger than what he ever thought he could be. So the essence of the music isn't as I don't know, relatable. Like, it's not about a struggle anymore, which is not a bad thing, but it's just when you compare it to the original 1999, it just wasn't as like hard hitting for me. But I
think that's a very succinct description.
Any other
big album was Taylor Swift Midnights.
Oh yeah, to be fair, it
was Wombo. It wasn't very good though.
Really?
Didn't really, in my opinion, I didn't rate it anywhere nearly as highly as I've rated a lot of her work.
Where do you rate it compared to Folklore?
I think it's beneath Folklore and Evermore for me.
Okay.
I think effectively it's that done slightly worse in my opinion.
First. Which was the order? Was it Folklore, Evermore, then this one?
That's been this. Yeah.
I think they're progressively getting worse.
Yeah. I think I'm inclined to agree.
Folklore
was better than Evermore.
Yeah. Folklore was a good album.
And even though, like, Lover was a great album, 1989 I think is potentially the most fun album of all time. I love that album.
Yeah.
Red. And then she took a break to do all of her remasters of Taylor's versions. And I don't think that Midnights is without its merits. I think there are some strong songs on it. Antihero, obviously, kind of the standout single that came from it. Vigilante shit as well though was big, to be fair. Karma, but these are more TikTok songs than I think they are like ballads and anthems that I will put on time and time again. But I do want to give a shout out to her because I do think she is an amazing performer, an amazing singer-songwriter. But for me, this one was a little bit more missed than it was hit. But keep doing what you're doing, Taylor. We love it.
Hey, can't complain. Can't complain. Didn't make our top 6, but
didn't make a top 6.
Try again next year, you know?
Going back to the top 6, which I have done a massive tangent from. Just talked about loads of different music. How are you trying to rank it?
All right, so for me, it's pretty fucking clear.
I don't think I've done very well. In your estimation.
For me, it's pretty clear. I would go. Can I be a bit controversial?
Yeah.
Because I would potentially even reorder mine. in the final list.
No,
if
I respect that.
If we're talking about like quality, I would go Renaissance 6th.
Nice.
I would go Palomino 5th.
Yeah, fair.
I would go Love Damini 4th.
Okay.
I would go She Might Bleed 3rd.
Ooh.
I would go Rena 2nd, and then I'd go Koji 1st.
That's a very mature of you, I think.
Yeah, but if I'm talking like pure quality of music, like taking context out of it for a second. Yeah,
the emotional love.
Yeah. That's where, because I told you this is definitive list. This isn't. This isn't. Oh yeah, like subjective. No. This is the best albums of the year.
Wow.
You weren't expecting that from me.
I'm not. No, we're not normally that grown up about it. I'm inclined. I agree with the vast majority of that. To be honest, I know, because like I've said Beyonce's Renaissance is not a very inspiring album. It is the number 6 of the list. Yeah. Palomino, I also said I love First Aid Kit, but it's a First Aid Kit album. So they are number 5th.
Go on. Say what's on your mind.
So the what's on my mind is how we're defining it in terms of. So my next question is the number 4 spot, which is either She Might Bleed or Reason to Smile for me.
Oh really?
I don't know.
Oh mad. Sorry, no. Whoa. Oh no. Mad.
Yeah.
Whoa. What?
Well, again, maybe Love Damini, because I don't really even know that one.
Yeah.
So I've got to. So it's for me. My number 4 spot is She Might Bleed or Love Damini.
Okay.
I prefer the sound of She Might Bleed, but I think like the amount that I do know about Burna Boy, it is smarter and it is better produced. Would you? Yeah,
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Yeah. It's difficult. It is. It's because I don't want to trivialize it. Burna Boy is just better.
Yeah.
It sounds so like reductive to say.
I don't. It's hard because they're very much different sounds. They're not. Burna Boy is not international big boy name.
Yeah.
But he's a lot
huge.
Bigger.
Yeah, I mean, he is. I think he's getting there now.
Oh, absolutely.
His next tour, he's at Olympic Stadium, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's big. Got tickets.
Oh, love that. So I think I'm gonna then have to go.
She Might Bleed.
She Might Bleed. Then Love Damini.
You're gonna make me put Cozy second. I just don't think I can do it, Barney.
You know what? I actually don't think I am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna acquiesce. I'm gonna tip my hat in respect. In terms of my favorite, Reader takes the top spot.
Yeah.
But the album quality does have to go to Koji.
Yes.
Yeah. So Reader number 2, Koji number 1.
Oh, mate, I love that. I shake on that. That's a great. Like sometimes we do these episodes and it kind of boils down. I look at the list and I was like, we are way off.
Yeah.
This is
we have very different tastes, but there's a lot of overlap here.
Yeah, it's a good list.
Apart from Palomino.
Yeah, Palomino's lucky. Palomino's the Mika of this list.
What a compliment.
Yeah. This is definitely.
I love to be the Mika of anything. The Mika of this podcast.
You are definitely the Mika of this podcast.
Yes. I've done it.
But yeah, I really like that list. As I look at it, like written down, people will argue that Beyonce's too low.
Yeah, they will. I think that's probably the most upsetting because it is Beyonce.
Yeah, people argue that Beyonce is too low, and then I think from there up, if people have arguments, it's because they don't know the artist.
Yeah,
and they have, but they are all really good pieces of music. Obviously, like First Aid Kit is not necessarily for me, but I can appreciate that. Yeah, there is talent there.
Yeah, they're playing the O2 and that kind of thing.
They are.
They do have the following.
Yeah. They're like festival headliners. Like that's the sort of level that you're getting to there.
So to sum up the definitive list, we have in number 6, Beyonce with Renaissance.
Yeah,
Or
agreed.
Renaissance, which I've noticed that we pronounce differently.
Yeah, I say Renaissance.
I say Renaissance.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
There we go.
Done.
Different people, but we can
Still
combine.
finding out new things.
Yeah, I know,
After
right?
all these years.
That's something new every day.
This is kind of like an aside. We did our first live Voices radio show a year and a day ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was our year anniversary yesterday.
That's crazy.
Which is spooky.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Good year. Good year for us. Go
Yeah.
up the
I'm
boys.
so glad we're doing this again.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Number 5.
First aid kit. Palomino.
Yeah. Happy.
Number 4. Zifo. She might bleed.
I'm very happy with that, and I think he would be very happy with that as well.
I think it's a big honour.
I don't want to say
You're
it, but
welcome.
if I were him, I'd be gassed.
Yeah.
Because he's beat. Like, I mean, Kendrick's not on the list, and he is.
Yeah. Also, I think I would love to see where he's at in 2-3 years.
Yeah, massive. Because after She Might Bleed, he got Colours off that, like, straight away. Did Occasion at Colours, and it was great. Like, that's building.
Yeah.
Building.
He's going in the right direction, and yeah, we can't wait to see what his future is. Number 3 spot, the bronze medal, goes to Burna Boy with Love Damini.
Good album.
Good album.
Good album.
Good album that
Great
I
album.
should have listened to more, and I will do after this, because I do have nothing but fond memories.
Yeah, nothing but fun memories.
Nothing but fond memories.
It's good vibes.
Number 2, Rina Sawayama's Hold the Girl.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Great
second
album.
Fantastic. I love it
Great
to
album.
bits.
In other
So
years,
much
could be a number 1.
Yeah.
In other years, could be the best album.
If it wasn't for the absolute rascal,
Oh,
Koji Radical,
swiping
that gold medal with A Reason to Smile.
Great album. Great album cover as well.
Great album cover.
Great album cover.
Respect him for that.
Yeah.
He's flying.
He's
There's
got his mum behind him, his son in front of him. There's his
Beautiful.
reasons to smile.
That's smart. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't clock that.
bro. Clever.
Smart boy.
Smart boy. He's a smart boy. And he is still, like, growing. I think he is the sort of creative who is going to kind of permeate a lot of different areas of our lives. It's not just going to be music, it's going to be film. And,
Yeah, I'd love to see a TV show that he's involved in.
Oh, yeah. And he's a really, like, big character. I think he started his acting career. He was in a music video for another artist recently, but he's looking to branch out. Like, he became a musician through fashion. Like, he did the fashion degree. That's how he started becoming a creative person. Was not music at all. It was the fashion area. But yeah,
cool.
I think we've got our list.
I do think we have our list.
I'm really happy with it, mate.
I'm happy with it too, bro. I think that's a lovely little list.
Lovely little list.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening.
This is the first episode of season 3. I cannot be more excited.
We have some really, like, properly, genuinely mental things potentially lined up for this season. We have some really huge guests that might be coming on.
We've got a lot of excitement. It's all going to be like this in the studio, face to face. No more of the audio crackly mics. Not sure if they're proper. We're proper production, and we're just going to go from strength to strength. And we can't wait for everyone else to get involved and be a part of the journey with us. And it's going to be fun.
Totally.
It's going to be fun.
Thanks for listening.
Take care.